101.5.
So, Majozi in the house. How are you, sir?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Always. Thank you so much for, taking the time, specifically on a Monday evening. I know that Mondays, you need to actually just get your mind focused for the week. I don't know about you. Was it a hectic Monday? Did you survive?
Yeah, I survived. I normally try and get a lot of exercise done on the Monday just so I feel like I've done something. And then if I don't get to do it the rest of the week, I know I've done it on the Monday.
That is literally one thing better than I have done in any Monday. I think my goal is just to wake up. So I strive to be you someday. And I'm so excited that I actually can have a face-to-face conversation with you. The very first time I had the privilege of speaking with you about your music was when I was still on campus radio. And it's amazing to see so many years down the line how we both grew, like you into your fifth album almost, and me into my 5th year of radio. So look at us growing. Our mothers are proud.
Look at us growing and getting older, man.
Don't make it sad with the age factor now. Like my knees are already telling me I am 63. You don't need to tell me to.
Yeah, it's a fact of life. It's a beautiful fact of life. It's such a privilege for me to be at this stage of my career and still see some familiar faces and connect with them later at their stages of careers and see how people have grown. And it's a wonderful thing. Getting older is scary, and it's like, I wish we were still young. But also it's like, oh man, we're at the age now where we can do really, really cool things and help those people coming up, man. So you look like you're doing well, so I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Remember this face, because I will be attending all of your Pretoria concerts, because if it's not me working, it's you just not coming to Pretoria that often. If it's not you coming to Pretoria, it's me working. But at least I saw this and I was like, listen, we need to have a chat. You are here on Valentine's Day. That's next week, Friday. For the first time also at Railways, but I'm loving that you're sharing the love on stage.
Yes, yeah. Like you've just played a couple of my songs. A lot of my songs are about love in their different forms, for sure. So what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than singing a couple of my songs, I guess.
No, truly, like you say. And I've always admired that you had a beautiful muse for your stories, and also just making it very personal. I think a lot of artists try to not get too personal, but you get it in a way that it's personal but private, where you talk about real life problems that everybody have, that you see as well and your loved ones, but you also keep it in a way of respecting their space but sharing an experience. I love that.
Oh, thanks, man. I've always just said to people, I try and write about what I know, and what I know is what is in my life, so I've add a little bit of poetic license here and there, but for the most part, it's just easier for me to write about what's going on in my life, whether it's about my faith or my marriage or this and that. Those are the things I enjoy writing about. And it's also therapeutic in a way for me, just to process things and understand what's going on in my life. It's a good way for me to reflect and just take notice of those things.
Now, you also, like we are talking about growth, is I still remember when you were talking about being just in a relationship and how that, like you said, inspired music. Now you're a married man. You're growing in so many ways as well. So when it comes to, let's say, 2013 Majozi, where everything started, okay, I love asking people, like, if you would give advice to people right now. I want to actually know, if you would give 2013 Majozi any advice, what would that be?
Don't stress so much, and also take everything in.
Beautiful.
I think for a long time I was just stressed about things, and especially when you're stepping into a new environment, like especially the industry, and I didn't really know anything, and I was learning things on the go, which is really, really cool. I really appreciated it. I'm still learning things now. But during that period, I also just didn't take everything in and just like appreciate the moments for what they were, you know. So I've done a lot of that recently now, just reflecting back, and now every time there's a big moment that comes up, like I try and be present in those moments, because being a musician is such a privilege, especially at this level, getting to do it full time. There's only a few people who get to do that, and I'm so honored and so privileged and thankful that I get to do it. So to 2013 me, I would say, just take it all in.
I think, and I'm gonna do it as a pun intended with your album. There's a marvelous light shining down on you. See what I did? But and I'm so happy that you're realizing that you need to take it in and you need to just embrace it. I can't wait to talk a little bit about your performance on Valentine's Day. I have a couple of questions. If you're not inspired yet as to what you're going to perform or anything, I got you covered. And also, I would just like to get to know you on, a different level than a normal person just asking about your music. So I hope you're ready for this very interesting ride that we're going to go on.
I'm ready. Let's go.
There we go. Ek het ook vir Jeremy Loops terwyl ons nou aan die gang kom. And I love it because it's Jeremy Loops with Go Again op Groot FM 90.5. Bly ingeskakel. We are ready to tackle the get to know Majozi a little bit more, because you have literally, how does it feel to be in the industry for 12 years? Well, like in the industry on the front lines, but obviously it's been more than 12 years in the making. I love how people think overnight success is just a thing, but you work for it. You work hard for it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think I said a bit about it earlier. It's such a privilege, to have been around this long, and I don't want to say I wasn't planning on being around this long, but all my dreams came true as soon as I started this career. Then everything else has been extra, So the Lord has blessed me with 12 extra years of just being able to do this and meet amazing people and play around the country and the world. Wow. And just blessed, man. I'm very, very, very grateful.
Like you said, you are now not just, we might just call you Pitbull because you're Mr. Worldwide right now. What has been one of the most memorable performances that you've had, whether it's in South Africa, whether it's international, that you're like, wow, I'm keeping this with me close to my heart?
Sure. There's so many. I don't even know where to start. There was one not too long ago. You know what else? There was one this weekend where this young girl. I did a little show at a school, and this young girl came, and she just said so many nice things, and said my music really helped her throughout her last year and everything. And I think she was just going through some things, and my music really helped. And those are things that are priceless. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I haven't really won any awards or anything like that, but for me, those are the awards.
Yes, I mean, that's the biggest prize.
It's easy to say when you haven't won an award, but one day when I win an award, hopefully I'll still say the same thing. It's being a part of changing people's lives, because I don't even necessarily feel like it's me that's doing that, that I'm just the vessel kind of, and I'm just a part of this thing. Whatever's going on, I'm just a part of this thing, and getting to be a part of it, and just seeing, because there's a lot of ups and downs being an artist, or just being a human being in general.
Yes.
And when you get affirmations like that, and it kind of just helps you to realize there's something bigger going on than me just making songs and whether or not people like them, I'm just very privileged and grateful.
I love how you said that there is ups and downs, because I think a lot of people, they see artists in the industry and they just think it's always sunshine and roses and inspiration just flowing out. But you get your down times. You get those times where someone's like, oh, you're so good. And you're like, I don't know. Personally, for me, I'm struggling to believe them sometimes. So what is one of the biggest challenges that you had to work through during your career that you were like, okay, we need to get through this, otherwise it's going to go south?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for me must have been myself. Mm-hmm. I think, your worst enemy is always going to be yourself, because like no one, there's not like, there's always a perception, maybe people are like, oh, no one wants me to do this, no one wants me to, people think this, people think that. Like, not really, people don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just fill yourself up with so much self-doubt and self-fear, and you don't end up doing things. So I had a lot of that in the beginning of my career, but I didn't let it stop me from doing things. And I was so fortunate to have like a community of people and friends and family who really believed in me. So when I was feeling doubtful, I had a lot of people encouraging me,
Yes.
But that was the biggest thing for me, was just, getting over myself and just realizing, just give it a go, man. Just give it a go.
I love how you talk about your support system, because you are someone who really, you do tell your story about your faith and about your mother's love, and also the tattoos that inspired by your mother. I think how was that for her when you're like, Mom, I got this permanently inked on me because of you? Because mothers, when you touch your skin with a piercing, with ink, whatever, they have a heart attack. So you're just like, you're the inspiration.
Sure, not really, fortunately, but my mom passed away before I got any of my tattoos, so she didn't have to deal with that shock of me getting tattoos on my body. So but I'm sure, you get older, as like, I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
She would have appreciated it for what it was in the end.
So if you had to get one more tattoo representing this moment in your life, do you have any ideas for what it would be?
No, I haven't got a tattoo for like 4 or 5 years some reason. And
a lot of people can't go that long, so that's quite a long time.
I know, man. It's been such a weird tattoo time for me not to have a tattoo this long in my adult life. I was actually thinking about it the other day. I've got ideas in my mind of my next ones, but I think I'll need to start with something that doesn't matter to me as much, just to get back into it.
Okay.
And then, you know what I mean? I don't want to just get that one that I really want. I want to get something, a little bit frivolous.
Okay. One of those where someone's like, I'm not sure about this, but you do you. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what people think. I'm just, I love the art form, so.
It's beautiful. No, it truly is. We are going to almost, I can't believe we're going to almost wrap this up. It's like, I want to keep you online forever, but we're going to talk a little bit more about Valentine's Day. I did tell you I'm going to inspire you a little to get that set list ready. So I'm going to give you time to grab a notebook, because obviously I'm amazing. So I'm joking. But we're going to get a notebook. We're going to get some juices flowing. Still on the line, waiting to be inspired for Valentine's Day, is Majozi. Now, I did tell you that we are going to get this ball rolling for your set list. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to get the creative juices flowing for you. One of them is, you're performing on Valentine's Day. What is your ultimate love song that never fails to get you in the feels?
Oh, like a song that, not one of my songs, the songs that I listen to.
A song that you listen to. It needs to open up the heart. Your songs open up the heart, but we need something that opens up your heart.
It's got to be You're Still the One by Shania Twain. It's got to be that.
Beautiful. Have you ever considered the Majozi version of it?
You know what? We played it at a show the other day, funny enough, just off the whim, because someone was messing around with the chords, and I was like, you know what, we're going to do that in the show, but we didn't practice or anything, and it was just a lot of fun, but this time I'll practice,
you see?
And I'll make sure.
There we go. That's track number 5. You're not easing into it with the first track. You're going to have to build up with yours, and then you have like a little cute, classic Majozi version, so we do it as track 5. You have a week to practice that one. Okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Shania Twain. Maybe I'll bring Shania Twain. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying maybe.
People in high places, so I do believe that you are capable of doing that. Okay, so getting into the feel of your music. If I love a rom-com, I'm sorry, but I do. That's like my guilty pleasure. Specifically those very low-budget ones with the same storyline. Love them.
Yeah.
Like, it's predictable, But yes, it's predictable, but I love it. So if one of your songs had to, had to be part of the soundtrack for one of those rom-coms, or just like a very good quality rom-com, you can put Ashton Kutcher in there if you really want. What song would you choose to add to a rom-com playlist?
It would definitely have to be a song I did with the amazing Michaela Faye called Afterglow. I think that song has the best potential for a rom-com, because we both wrote it from the aspects of just being newly married. She's married to someone else, obviously, and I'm married to someone else. Yes. But so we had different perspectives, and I think it was just a beautiful song, you know. Okay,
we're creating now the soundtrack for the movie, but you also have to get the creative juices flowing in creating the plot. So what would your rom-com be about, which your song is playing in?
What would my rom-com be about? That is amazing. I love that question. I think it would be about maybe someone, you know what, I would do the opposite to every rom-com formula. Okay. So, you know, that hallmark formula of like the girl from the small town leaves the small town, goes to the big city, comes back, she's engaged to the guy from the big city, but now she comes back to the small city, and now this hits her old boyfriend who
makes her see life again. Yes,
and he's like a pumpkin farmer or something like that. I would do it from the aspect of the guy in the big city whose fiance just left him for somebody,
and then you would write his love story of finding happiness.
Yeah, because it's always like, but that guy did nothing wrong though, you know. In a lot of the cases, sometimes they're like a bit like, you know, they're a bit like, you know, and worried about the business and, you know, like big city life. And I get it, you know, like in small city people are supposed to be about values and things. But I'm also like, but that lady was engaged though, and you guys flirted in front of us in public here.
She's actually the one that should be getting a slap on the wrist. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, not only are you writing a movie, you might be writing the plot to your new song. See, I'm helping with the creative story flowing, hey?
A genius idea. I actually love that idea.
Whoever said that you need to sit in a quiet place with your own thoughts? We're practicing right now.
That's it. Share ideas with people, man.
So in your show now, there is a part where you interact with the crowd. And it's fun because you tell them thank you for being here, they cheer, you tell about them what's happening in the evening. But I think outside of being an amazing musician, you also need to kind of relate. So let's talk Majozi random skills. Like, what's one of the completely random skills or hobbies that people wouldn't expect from you?
I don't want to say I'm an expert skipper, but I can skip pretty well. So with ropes, skip.
I thought skipping, like in like primary school skipping. Okay, maybe you can do a song and then just do a skip. Okay, would you?
In the middle of the set, I can just be like, I've got a rope, I challenge anybody.
Oh, that is a really good crowd interaction. Just get like a couple of jumping ropes and then just skip.
And then we get the crowds to judge. And if you get 500 Rand to a charity of your choice or something.
Oh, okay. I like this idea. You see, people now not think, they're going to know that you're a nice person. You can skip and you have a heart of gold because you're giving back.
Well, I'm only going to give back if you win. If I lose, then I get all that money. You know?
then you're going to put it towards your charity, and charity begins at home.
Yeah, I'm just using that. No, we'll figure out.
Are you someone that do you believe that someone needs they have a superpower? Like, some people are really good with people, and some people are just like really great listeners. Do you believe like in superpowers in people?
Yeah, I think so. Everyone has like a gift of some sort, you know, like sometimes it's not as obvious, sometimes it's not as flashy, sometimes it's something that's like always overlooked, like being a mom. Like, being a mom is like being a dad. Okay, cool, whatever. I'm neither, but being a dad is like cool, whatever. But being a mom is like, it is. We're just watching my friends that have gone through it. It's like hard, man. It is hard, and you've just got to do it. Like, you've got to like take care of this life and sacrifice so much, and but it's such a beautiful thing, you know. And I definitely think that is a superpower. I know it sounds cheesy, but I genuinely, just from seeing my friends do it and see their children grow up and just see how important it was, you know, and also in my life as well. It's just a flipping great thing, and that is a superpower, I think.
So track number 3 for your set list is going to be a dedication to all the mothers out there with their superpower.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's great.
You see, we're building this track list whether you like it or not, sir.
I'll probably do breathing. Tell the mom, just keep breathing. You know, you're going to get through this.
Keep breathing. And then last but not least, like a fun fact with Majozi is also nice because you are someone who is called a multi-instrumentalist, or just showing off, whoever knows. No, I'm just joking. What is like one of the lesser known facts of one of the instruments that you play that people might not realize?
That's a good question. That's a very, 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 very good question. I mean, I guess I could talk about the guitars. I think people are always, when people start learning the guitar or they want to learn the guitar, they are always daunted by the fact you have to use two hands. People always ask me what I do with my right hand.
Yeah.
Like beginner and moderate players, like, I get the chords and everything, but what do you do with my right hand? And a lot of what I do personally is just playing the notes within the chord. If this might not make any sense to you unless you play, but like if you learn chords and you're pretty proficient in the chords, you don't have to learn all of them. You don't need to know the jazz chords.
Yeah,
I promise you are 1 or 2 notes away from playing melodies. The notes are always right there. You don't have to search too far, and the melodies will always be within that chord as well. So never be shy. Just move your finger to the left, move your finger to the right. When it sounds right, keep going.
One hop this time.
That's literally what I do.
That's literally
exactly
right finger, left string, or what?
Yeah,
right finger, first fret. Left finger, third fret, then freeze, and then you just strum.
That's just how you've got to approach it. Like, and you'll have fun, man. You'll have fun. You can start when you're 10. You can start when you're 6. You can start when you're 60 or 70. You know, it's all about having fun and just messing around and trying things.
Being part of the universal language. I absolutely love this. Do you feel like you're inspired with this set of like interacting with the crowd, getting some cool songs, having stories that lead up to some songs?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm definitely, if you see me skipping, you're gonna know that was the view. See a video skipping on stage.
Breaking news, Majozi skips for Valentine's Day. I love that. I can't wait for your show at Railways, 14th of, I almost said December, my goodness, February. Sharing the love in Centurion, and you have a lot of fans and listeners from Groot FM and also from Gauteng side that's definitely going to be sharing some love with you in terms of just beautiful music. Thank you so much for answering these random questions. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And I just want to mention there'll also be 2 amazing acts opening the show, Sarah Jade and Ryan Jones. So please come through. You get your tickets at Quicket. It's my first time at Railways, and I've always wanted to play at Railways. You know, we've had other things that just didn't happen before. So this time I'm super excited for it, and really, really looking forward to being up in one of my favorite areas to play.
Oh, I can't wait for it. Thank you so much. And remember, your spot here at VXL Vibes, I'm keeping it for when you're back again and when you're ready to jam some live inspirational music. My studio door is always open.
Oh, one more thing I must mention.
Yes.
I feel like people are also so scared to come if they're single or they're like confused about the relationship. Everybody is welcome. It's not only about couples. There's not only going to be couples at that show. Trust me, I know people have messaged me, and I'm like, please come. You know,
please
like
do.
I'll be your Valentine, or maybe you'll find your Valentine at the show.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like
matchmaking with Majozi.
Yeah, I've asked my wife. She said everyone can be my Valentine, so it's okay.
That's
so
very nice of her. I love that. That's a confident lady when she's like, "Oh, my man can be someone else's Valentine," but because she knows you're going to spoil her the most to make up for it. Yeah. She knows.
Yeah. 100%, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Obviously, we are following you everywhere on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Are you the TikToky person? Because I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, man, I'm on there. I'm not doing great at the moment. If I'm honest, the views are very low. So please go watch some videos.
Please go watch some Majozi videos so this man can go viral on TikTok. I love that. And like you said, you did do a song with Michaela Faye. So I am going to love and leave you with this song. Because it's like you say, it's beautiful. It's Afterglow op Groot FM 90.5. Majozi, once again, thank you so much for bringing the vibes to VXL Vibes. Absolute legend. And again, a checklist on my radio journey. As jy nog iets te sê, we're giving hundreds out of 10. So you get a 300 out of 10. Congratulations. Distinctions. Is Majozi Michaela Faye met Afterglow op Groot FM
90.5.